A good Saturday morning to you. You are in the moment. My name is Matthew, and we continue our work here at Grand Parade Square. Pretty up and down kind of night here on the property at City Hall, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Stephen Wilsack and I, this is 3 weeks today, 21 days consecutively here on the property, and we have seen all kinds of things happen here, and we had a pretty dramatic event here early this morning. Stephen woke me up this morning. I was up till 2:30, 3 o'clock, because we do provide security here. I just want to tell you, I had a quick conversation with one of the residents here in the red tents, and they told me last night that this is the safest that they have ever felt on this property in the weeks that they have been here. So we know that our presence here is needed, and it was needed in a very significant way this morning. Stephen relieved me of my security duties about 3 o'clock. He was on watch, and he woke me up this morning at 8:30 advising me that there was a tent fire. It wasn't long after that the fire department showed up, Stephen, because we do have fire extinguishers on the property here. Stephen has an extensive background in safety, and he took all the skill, all the years of learning, and he put that into use this morning. No doubt saving some lives of residents here in Grand Parade Square. So we're going to show you the devastation of what happened here about 8:30 this morning. But first, I want to bring Stephen in here. I want him to give him an account of what happened here this morning. Like I said, Stephen woke me up at 8:30, so his morning started much earlier than mine. Stephen, what happened here this morning?
Good morning, Matt. So approximately around 8:30 this morning, we had 3 people run out of the tent for their lives. The tent was engulfed in flames. I immediately ran and got our fire extinguishers, and I was able to contain part of the fire, and then the fire continued to burn a little bit. At that point, there was an enormous amount of smoke that was coming through. We then actually started taking bottles of water and dousing the flames, and then I also took a couple sleeping bags and smothered the flames as well. Then as soon as I thought that was somewhat contained and there's billows of smoke that was coming out, we then called the fire department. They were on scene immediately, and the police were down here right afterwards. But it was basically a scene of chaos in a matter of seconds, and if I guarantee to say that if we weren't able to put that out, there had been a big ordeal here. There was propane that was nearby as well, so it's just a matter of there's propane tanks, there's butane in the area. They could have exploded. In fact, right behind us, I'll let the gentleman know that we're recording, that we don't want to show any faces, but yeah. So that's basically what has happened. We'll talk a little bit more about it in detail, but I just want to get this resident out of there. So you want to do a little turnaround there?
All right.
Matt?
Thank you, Stephen. So this is super serious. This is an immediate danger. And as you can see, we have one of the residents going back into the tent right now, trying to retrieve some of his belongings. Just a roller coaster of emotions here at Grand Parade Square. So I just say I thank the universe that Stephen Wilsack was on site here this morning. So anyone who knows my live streams, I do what I can to keep people out of the shot that don't necessarily need to be in there. Thank you, Stephen, for that. So how are you feeling right now? Because I know some of the residents, we've dealt with them this morning. They're in a state of shock. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Okay. Like I said, this is part of what Safety Steve does. I'm involved in the film industry, production, health, and safety. Taken numerous courses on all of this. But when it actually happens, and literally when it's happened in your backyard, it takes on a surreal, and you almost turn into a little robotic in terms of telling what people do and get them safe. I immediately went around to the residents here and did a safety check with everybody. The fire department was outstanding, but what I can tell you is that although this fire got doused out very quickly, this could have turned into a real tragedy. And what I'm really concerned about, and I'm just doing a cry for help, like, this is going to happen time and time again. It happened recently underneath the bridge here. We've had people that are freezing. We had another person that died over in Dartmouth, whether it's carbon monoxide or drug overdose. But the reality is that this is happening in our back doorstep. This is happening in a neighborhood near you. So do you want this to be something that we're going to be reporting on every day or every week? I don't want that to happen. So we need immediate change. We need action. This is a call to action to everybody. And this isn't just the government's responsibility as far as I'm concerned. This is a responsibility of our citizens, of humanity. Let's figure out how we can get this fixed. This is happening all across our country, but let the other people deal with it in the other provinces. We're doing the very best that we can right here. We're setting up videos. We're telling people how we've done our setup for here. We're meeting with government officials, everything. But we're Nova Scotians first, and we want to make sure that our people are safe and that we have the proper protocols in place. And if there's going to be activities in terms of outdoor tenting, make sure the tents are safe, make sure that they have fire extinguishers, make sure they have an evacuation plan, make sure that there's 7/24 support available to everybody. Let's make this as safe and humane as possible. So Matt, why don't we just let people just get a sense of how tragic this is, how dangerous it is, and how fatal this could have been. So what we're going to show you right now, and he's going to reverse the camera. You might lose some of our audio. We're going to yell a little bit. But what you see here is the remains of the fire. And basically what Matt's going to do, he's going to take this camera and he's going to stick it inside the tent. And this is living quarters for 2 or 3 individuals. It's basically all their belongings that they have entire life. We hauled out a few of their containers. There's one of the gentlemen's in there, doesn't want to be identified, but he had belongings in there. He had keepsakes that were 30 years old that he traveled with him. He's just in a state of shock. We've taken him, we warmed him up, gave him coffee, we gave him $100, we gave him some cigarettes. We're just trying to get him calmed down. But I tell you, people's lives are being destroyed. And especially if these lives are being destroyed when they're so low anyways, then, you know, he's even talking about, why should I continue? And that's the type of sadness that's taking place here. So let's move in there a little bit, Matt. So I want to show you a couple things. So first of all, we did have a couple of fire extinguishers. I just had those in my vehicle and near our fire pit. This device down here is one of these butane stovetop cooking. They take a butane thing. Extremely dangerous in an enclosed area. The fire probably started in that suitcase. We're not sure what the cause of fire is here, but there was also a couple of small propane tanks inside. In fact, I was trying to put out some of the flames and the pop went off. There was also people in that tent running for their lives. So just take that camera and stick it in there. And this is not uncommon of what some of these tent cities look like and some of these tents look like inside. Go ahead there, Matt. So the other part is that people are just trying to keep warm. We just have a gentleman that was just in here trying to get his belongings. There's debris everywhere. There's sleeping bags everywhere. They're wet. There's coats there. There's debris. They have 3 or 4 layers trying to keep warm with the tent itself. They have insulation that's stacked into here trying to keep it warm. This is not right. This is plain wrong. I'm kind of getting lost for words here. I'm just kind of getting really frustrated, Matt.
Yeah, I'm frustrated, and I know that all the Nova Scotians and everyone that followed this live stream are
here. Just show over here. This is so. This is what we got hauled out of the tent. This is somebody's life right here. This is somebody's life.
It's very. I'm just going to turn this around.
Yeah.
It's surreal. Like it's The sun is out. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, but there's not a lot of happiness on this property. Like I said, I was up till 2:30, and some of the conversations I've had with people walking through the streets, people that are unhoused, this is going to be hard to hear, but a lot of them talk about suicide. Like, this is a rough life. So we need to do what we can to help out, and we appreciate the support. Stephen, you any final words?
Please, everyone, this is a call to action. Call your local MLA, call your MP, call organizations. We have to get this stopped now, and I don't know how else to make it so clear. We're here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I think I aged about 5 years here in 3 weeks. So let's figure this out. And there are good intentions. We need action. We don't need red tape. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Stephen. And thank you. And you are now caught up in the moment.